very official. Never used one of these things before, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, I'm going to start up with a little chant. For some here, it may not seem relevant to the situation, but to those who know, an occupation here is the same things that we're seeing happening in the occupation of Palestine. So, free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Free, free!
Palestine!
Alright, good. I like the energy here. So I just want to thank everyone here for coming and taking time out of your day to make your voices heard. And it just fills me with so much joy and solidarity seeing the amount of people that are here right now at Howard University. Currently we are standing in the face of so much adversity throughout our city, throughout our country. Over the last 8 months we have seen families ripped apart by ICE agents, mass. We have seen immigrants brutalized. We have seen our fellow students punished for exercising their First Amendment rights. And now what seems to be another escalation in the Trump administration's continuing fascist agenda, we are now seeing National Guard troops stationed throughout our city.
Shame!
We are seeing federal and local police stationed throughout our city.
Shame!
And now Trump is trying to go after other cities besides D.C., including Chicago and New York.
Shame!
They say this is for stopping crime, but we know that's not true. They say it is for the good of our city, but we know that's not true. They say it is for our safety, but we know that's not true. Increased policing has never been the solution to crime. Our city is fine without fascists running through it, and these pigs don't keep us safe. We keep us safe. Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe!
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe!
It may seem like we are fighting an uphill battle, but we cannot let that discourage us. Evil has taken many forms throughout history, whether it be fascism, colonialism, imperialism, racism, sexism. But throughout its lifetime, evil plays many cards to stay alive. But the final card evil will always play is to make you and me think that nothing can be done to stop it. If that happens, if we believe that we can't stop it, then evil wins. It doesn't matter even if it's on its last legs. If none of us think we can stop it, it will win. That is why even if you may feel tired, even if you don't know where this path will take us, even if it is out of spite, it is up to us to keep this momentum going and to keep hope alive so that evil can't win. In our cynical world, we are taught that hope is a weakness, but that is not true. Hope is powerful. Hope is liberation. Hope is revolutionary. And I know that hope is alive because each and every one of you are here. You are taking time out of your day to make your school hear your voice. Howard University must not comply with the Trump administration and their fascist agenda. Howard University must not even be silent, because silence in the face of adversity is complicity. We are asking the most basic demands that a school should do for its students and for its staff. We are asking for a sanctuary campus. We are asking for ICE off our campus. We are asking for a refusal to cower in fear to this administration. We are asking for a refusal to comply with federal and fascist agents. We are asking for protections for speech and for funding for the students and staff of this school. We are demanding that our school, the place where our ancestors fought with blood so that we have a place to learn in peace, performs its most basic duty and protects its students and staff. I want to end on this note. Nihilism is easy, but hope is harder. But I'm choosing to have hope that things will change, so as long as we keep fighting. Even if it is for a change that I won't see in my lifetime. Even if this is for something that won't materialize in our present. Even if it is fighting for a sunrise that I know I will never see. I still have hope. Hope that maybe the next generation, or the next, or the next, will see that change. That hope is enough for me. For as long as the spark of hope is alive, you can use it to ignite the flames that will allow you to see even in the darkest of times. Keep hope alive. Thank you.
speaking once again to the speaker who just spoke. When I say free, you say D.C. Free!
D.C.
Free!
D.C.
When I say free Howard, you say free Howard. Free!
Howard.
Free!
Howard.
Thank you all so much. We know that this issue extends beyond us. Did you all know that 3 students lost their visas last semester? What has the university said about that? Do we know who those students are? No. This issue is going to continue. Who knows how many more students are going to lose their visas this semester? Who knows how the international students are being impacted? We need to speak to them. We need to speak for them. I remember someone told me they were talking to an international student who said they were afraid to even speak about their experience. That is the culture we're living in. That is the campus that we are living in. Immigrants are being taken off the streets. People who are here legally are being taken off the streets. I know people who have seen this stuff happen right in Shaw University, Shaw neighborhood. And I'm going to have a speaker who want to speak about their experience living in Florida, seeing alligator Alcatraz. So everyone give a round of applause for our next speaker.
Like she said, I'm from Florida, and the atrocities that are taking place in my state are inexcusable. People are being locked in cages like animals. And if people are paying attention to the news, it is now legal for you to be stopped based off of the language you speak and the color of your skin. This is abhorrent behavior of a government that is supposed to protect us. But we all know that was never the case. In historical context, this poem by Langston Hughes was used to describe an America that has fallen short of all that it's supposed to be. And I believe it is still relevant today. Let America be America again. Let America be America again. Let it be the dream it used to be. Let it be the pioneer on the plane, seeking a home where he himself is free. America never was America to me. Let America be the dream the dreamer's dream. Let it be the great strong land of love, where never kings connive or pirates scheme, that any man can crush by one love. It was never America to me. Oh, let my land be a land where liberty is crowned with no false patriotic grief, but opportunity is real and life is free. Equality is in the air we breathe. There's never been equality for me, nor freedom in this homeland of the free. Say, who are you that mumbles in the dark? And who are you that draws your veil across the stars? I am the poor white, fooled and pushed apart.
Hey, what's up, girl? Wow.
I know.
You know him?
Good morning. Hi, let me introduce myself. Lydia Sherman, VP of Communications.
Nice to meet you.
And you're with what outlet?
I'm freelance. So today I was supposed to be watching the Post, but they got Marvin coming out here today. So I figured since I was on my way, I would just still hang out for a little bit.
So we are going to have a period of time where you guys can take some pictures and cover, and then we're going to ask you if you're going to stick around and move over to Howard Place. We are reminding folks this is a private campus and we're trying to minimize disruption, but definitely don't want to interfere with your ability to cover the news of the day.
Now, do you know if there's like any other planned actions to like, I guess, coordinate with the other schools that are doing things? Okay. And do you guys think that you're going to have like National Guard or ICE agents or any other federal law?
I went.
How you been?
Good. How about you?
I can't complain. How's Georgetown?
I still need to get my class.
Okay.
I'm Dan, Roosevelt with the Post. We've communicated
You got a lot of black kids in there?
There you go. Yeah. A lot of change.
Wait, you work for Reuters now?
long, but I could make that shit work. Okay, period. Yeah, literally. Make some shake. Ooh, we're on camera. Yeah.
Georgetown, American D.C. This free D.C. This sunrise, organized by ourselves as well. And I was thinking about what to say here. And I wanted to start with what's the difference between us and American and GW and Georgetown. That democracy died on our campus. The difference between us and those fools is that Kamala Harris lost on our campus. We were here, standing right over there, when she resigned from the election. It impacts us much more deeply than any of the other schools. I remember being there. I remember seeing that. I remember the loss of the hope in our student body. I remember people crying in towers and screaming. I remember all of that happening. And I think that really impacted us a lot as a campus. And we didn't even know then what we know now. Shaw has always been over-policed, gentrified. People have always been out here on the streets being impacted by the policies of D.C., policies of the president. And now, more so than ever, we are in danger. There was a federal checkpoint in D.C., in Shaw, on UN 14th Street, set up by the National Guard. Every day, I'm hearing stories of students being impacted by the police. Just this weekend, a Howard student was arrested, and we don't even know about that. And this has been a problem way before the federalization of D.C. I knew about 2 students who were shot during homecoming last year, alumni. I know about a student who was arrested trying to take the bus last year just for not paying his fare. And I know none of y'all pay your fare. And that would not happen if he was not a Howard student. They didn't think they could make an example out of him. And I heard a similar story happen just this last week of another student arrested for not paying their fare on the bus. This issue has been impacting all of us, I know. I heard of a Howard party that was raided by police just last week. Students with breathalyzed. And none of us even know what's happening. I haven't heard the university say much about any of these issues. And today we're starting to try and fix that. Today we're starting to try and take a stand. Us as students have heard stories about the administration expelling students. I know a story from last year about them going to a student's dorm and harassing them. And because of that, we might be afraid to do stuff like this, to walk out. And we wanted this to be less of a walkout and more of a town hall, more of a teaching, more of a way for people to come here and tell y'all about what they know about the situation. People from student org, you have a professor, you have someone from Free D.C. And I'm going to start by introducing our Free D.C. person. Their name is Frankie, and they're going to come up here and talk to y'all a little bit about this situation. So can we have a round of applause? Frankie, please come up here. We have about 5 to 6 speakers lined up for y'all over the course of the next hour. Thank you so much, everyone, for showing out. You can come sit on these blankets if you want. You can come chill and listen. But yeah, thank you so much, Frankie. All right, y'all. Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
First and foremost, I want to say thank you for your courage. Thank you for being out today. For all of those who came out of class to stand on the lawn in solidarity with your classmates, with the residents of D.C. Because what is happening right now is not normal. I want y'all to know what is happening in our city is not normal. D.C. right now is occupied. We have federal forces, the ATF, the FBI, the DEA swarming our streets. And it's not okay. It is not okay. And so we at Free D.C., we at Harriet's Wildest Dreams, we are fighting against authoritarian rule, and we need the young folks with us. We need college students with us, because the only way we are going to get free is if we do it together. The only way we can see freedom is if we care about the person to the left and the right of us. So when I ask you, I want you to dig down deep. Who keeps you safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
Who keep us safe?
We keep us safe.
By a show of hands, raise your hand if you've seen federal forces in our city. Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Overwhelming hands. Raise your hand if you've been stopped by police in D.C. Okay, a little better, a little better. But the point that I'm making is that we cannot normalize this. We cannot stand idly by. Raise your hand if you know what to do when you're stopped by police. What should you say? Can someone shout it out? Am I free to go? Repeat after me. Am I free to go?
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 And you don't consent to a search. So if I leave y'all with anything here today, it's that you have to make sure you know your rights.
The streets of D.C. to see people fighting back against the narrative that we are powerless. We are not powerless. The people have the power. The power doesn't flow from the top down, it flows from the bottom up. And that means that when we withhold our power, when we withhold our willingness to go along with what the authoritarian leader is doing, that is when the people's power wins. They can't win without our support. So don't forget that every single movement, every single event, every single walkout, every single protest, every single act of non-cooperation is part of what it takes to build the people's movement. And you are here today because you believe in a different future than what we have right now. You believe in a future where billionaires don't control the wealth of our planet. You believe in a future where we have a planet to pass on to our people. You believe in a future where working people can earn a decent wage and send their kids to colleges like the one that you're going to today. You believe in a future where there is genuine equality and justice for everyone, no matter what race you are, no matter what gender you identify with, no matter who you are or where you live. That is the country that we are fighting for today, and I am so proud that you are here doing it with us. Thank you all so much. Check out my Resistance Lab. It's resistancelab.us. 2-hour virtual training on the most effective tactics to increase the ability to take risks. Because that is what it takes. In countries around the world, it only happens if you overthrow authoritarian leaders when the people fight back and when the people really put themselves on the line. So check it out. We are so happy to be here. Thank you, Sunrise. Thank you, Free D.C., for the amazing work that you are doing. And thank you all for walking out and for showing that the people's power will always win. So say it with me, Free D.C.
Free D.C.
Free D.C.
Free D.C.
The students united
will never be defeated. The students united will never be defeated.
Thank you all so much, and keep at it. We need you.
Hey, DU, can you hear it? Can you hear our mighty spirit? Hey, DU, can you hear it? Can you hear our mighty spirit? Hey, DU, can you hear it? Can you hear our mighty spirit?
Up next is Massachusetts Senator Markey. He is on the Committee on Health, Education, Labor and Pensions, and Environment and Public Works. Markey is a pioneer for climate justice and clean energy in the Senate and was the Senate author of the Green New Deal and has been a champion of progressive causes supporting gun control, single-payer health care, and affordable housing.
Beautiful. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out here. So, D.C. is under assault. When the Capitol was under assault on January 6th, Trump refused to send in troops to protect against this attempt for the usurpation of democracy, of the election of the President of the United States. He allowed for that assault to take place on the Capitol with no troops being sent in. But now, here in D.C., the President is attempting to create an impression that the crime rate is going up rather than down, that there is, in fact, a crisis here in the District of Columbia. And what he is doing is attempting, not just here in D.C., but in Chicago, in L.A., in Boston, is to try to characterize communities that are majority minority, that are majority black and brown, as being unsafe to live. And it's not a coincidence that he's picking all of these cities that are black and brown majority. It is to scare America. You cannot make America great again by making America hate again. That is what Trump is seeking to do. And what we have to do is to make sure that we stand up to him. And these governors who are sending their National Guard troops here to D.C. at a cost of $1 million a day, they should be protecting Medicaid and SNAP and educational opportunities for young people back in their own home states rather than participating in this charade that Donald Trump is creating here in the District of Columbia. This is not about policing. This is about political theater because Trump's political rating is going down because he knows that he is vulnerable. And he's just going back to his old standard play, which is racism, which is trying to play to the worst fears that he can instill in people across our country. That is what is at stake right now. And so we have to stand up. 250 years ago, the American Revolution began in Lexington and Concord. They stood up against King George, those Minutemen and women. They were knocked down, but they were not knocked out. They got up, they fought, and they won. And the abolitionist movement, we know that Georgetown is still reckoning with its own history with slavery. Those abolitionists, they were knocked down, they were not knocked out. They got up, they fought, they won. The suffragette movement, they were knocked down, they were not knocked out. They got up, they fought, they won. The same-sex marriage movement, they were knocked down, but they were not knocked out. They got up, they fought, and they won. And the civil rights movement, Martin Luther King Jr., they were knocked down, but they were not knocked out. They got up, they fought, and they won. And that's where we are today. It's led by the young leaders in our nation, standing up and fighting. And yes, people are being knocked down, but they are not knocked out. They're going to get up, they're going to fight, and we're going to win. We're going to beat them. We do not need a king in our country. We do not need a dictator. That is what this is all about. Thank you, Georgetown, for standing and fighting. We will win. And so thank you. We must free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C. Free D.C. And free our country of the dictatorship of Donald Trump. Thank you all so much.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Thank you, Senator Markey.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Senator Markey. So I'm Carly. I am a junior at Georgetown Daisy. And so up next we have a song to share with you. It's a bit of history. Enslaved
enslaved people passed on songs to worship, to teach, and these songs became part of the anti-slavery movement and abolitionism. Music sustained them. Music sustained protests through the Revolutionary War when colonists used songs to criticize the tyrannical actions of the British. Music was a critical part of the women's suffrage movement, the civil rights movement, the anti-apartheid movement, labor movement, continued by labor choruses around the country, the LGBTQ rights movement, continued by LGBTQ choruses around the country, and anti-war movements. And so today, in our fight against authoritarianism, we bring you a song
make this possible for his MAGA base to feel as though he is fulfilling his promise to them. But you cannot make America great again by making it. That's what's going on. That's what Trump is trying to perpetrate. And these young people today are standing up and saying, no, they will not accept that as a part of the culture of our country. Well, we just have to continue to stand up and to fight and to put the pressure on the Republicans in the House and Senate, because what's happening here is wrong, and to the extent to which Republican governors are supporting and becoming a part of this entire crisis, that we make sure that they understand as well that they aren't going to put their own seats in jeopardy. I apologize, Steve. I got to run. Okay. So Republicans are standing up.
People here have unity. Lies and threats will not survive. Lies and threats will not survive. The people standing side by side. The people standing side by side. Free D.C. Free D.C. Louder, y'all. Free D.C. 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 Woo!
We're going to do one more chant with you guys before getting started. When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When our campus is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
When our campus is under attack, what do we do?
Stand up like that.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
Show me what community looks like.
This is what community looks like.
What do we want?
Free D.C.
What do we want?
Now.
What do we want?
Free D.C.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Free D.C.
When do we want it?
Now.
What do we want?
Free D.C.
When do we want it?
Now.
All right. Thank you guys.
Good morning, Georgetown. Good morning. I know you all can be louder than that. Good morning, Georgetown. Good morning. Thank you all so much for being here so bright and early this morning. My name is Scout. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm a junior here at Georgetown and the Georgetown Student Coordinator with Free D.C. I wanted to take a moment to thank the student organizations and organizers who made this happen. Shout out to Sunrise Georgetown, the Georgetown ACLU, Hoyas for Immigrant Rights, GU Pride, Get Free GU, Bulletproof Pride, and the Georgetown Asian American Student Association, and Georgetown Escape League. You know, students have been at the forefront of movements to resist authoritarianism throughout history, and we could not do it without the help of progressive legislators who advocate for student voices and representation. We appreciate the leadership of Senator Markey from Massachusetts and Georgetown alum Representative Jayapal, who will be speaking here today. And you know, it takes all of us to work together to end the occupation of D.C. Because at the end of the day, who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe!
Who keeps us safe?
We keep us safe!
Is Representative Jayapal here yet? I cannot see. I cannot see. I cannot see far away. Okay. We can talk for a minute.
While we wait for Senator Jayapal, you guys are gonna hear from me, which is a lot less impressive, but hopefully will still be fun and interesting. So my name is Daisy. I'm the hub coordinator for Sunrise Georgetown. Love you guys too. And if you had told me I was going to be speaking here today, I would have been very surprised. Like a lot of people here, I came to Georgetown believing that I could change the world. Like, really funny, I know, but I did believe that. But every year, every class I took here, I got more convinced that I actually couldn't. The more that I learned about the systems, the hundreds and thousands of years of oppressiveness that has been in action since long before I was born, the more I felt small and powerless. I saw protests, but I didn't see them making a huge difference. But guys, I'm here to tell you that no one protest is going to change the world, but each protest is a step towards building a community, towards building a movement, and towards building a group of people that is ready to tell Trump that he doesn't have the right to our city, that he cannot take our campus, and that he cannot take away our right to free speech. So here at Georgetown, I know that we love to analyze our issues. We love to talk about what we would do if we were in power, but we don't necessarily love to take risks. We don't like to put our names on the line, our careers, or our futures on the line. So thank you all for taking a risk with me by being here today. Because I know that you know as much as I do that it's not our choice anymore whether or not we put our futures on the line. Our futures are already on the line. My main issue, the reason why I got involved in organizing is climate, and our future's on the line because of climate change, climate disasters, but also because of so many other things. I'm here today speaking because I can't organize for a livable future if we no longer have the right to protest on campus, if we're living through democratic backsliding, if we're living through a time in which Trump can deploy federal officers to our city and our school doesn't guarantee us the right to continue to have free speech. So we're here to ask Georgetown to guarantee that they will protect us when we protest on this campus, when we raise our voices. They say they're proud of us for advocating for what's right. So I'm here asking, prove it. Guarantee that we'll continue to be out here. We'll continue to be able to protect each other, to keep us safe, and to fight for all of our causes. Thank you so much.
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what democracy looks like!
This is what democracy looks like!
Show me what community looks like!
This is what community looks like!
Show me what community looks like!
This is what community looks like!
Our next speaker today is Washington's 7th District Representative Camilla Jayapal. Representative Jayapal is the first South Asian American woman elected to the U.S. House of Representatives and is the chair of the Integrated Task Force for the Congressional Caucus, and is a vice chair of the Congressional LGBT Equality Caucus and is the co-chair of the Transgender Equality Task Force. She also serves as a ranking member of the Subcommittee on Immigration Affairs, Security, and Enforcement.
Hey everybody, thank you so much to Sunrise and to Free DC and to all of you for being here. I am an organizer first and foremost. I just happen to be doing it in Congress now after 20 years outside, and I'm a Hoya. Georgetown right here in Copley, and I used to look out at the square and be a part of the protests here you all here because the previous speaker is absolutely right. This is an unprecedented moment in our country where we have an authoritarian leader who is deploying federal troops to Washington, D.C., to cities across the country, militarizing our streets, kidnapping people on the streets, immigrants, people who look Latino and speak Spanish are now being given free rein to be kidnapped from Home Depot corners across the country. And the only bulwark that we have is the people. And so what you are doing here today is so important because at the end of the day, the checks and balances that were supposed to be built into our Constitution so that we could protect our constitutional rights are not working right now. Because when you have a majority party in Congress who refuses to actually hold a president, an authoritarian president, accountable, when you have a Supreme Court that is stacked with corrupt justices who take luxury RVs and trips from donors who come before the Supreme Court, then literally the only check and balance is you. So yes, you are taking a risk today by being here, by walking out with students across D.C. to say we are going to protect our rights. And what an incredible show of power, people's power it has been this last weekend to see thousands of people.
You have to make sure you know your rights. Be good upstanders. The first thing you should always ask is, am I free to go? If they say you're free to go, walk away. You don't have to say anything else. Do not consent to a search. Do not talk to police because cops lie. Cops lie. And I'm going to turn it back over to our